Welcome back, FG fam, to another episode of the Northern Michigan Wildcats Dynasty on College Football Revamped. We sit at 1-5 overall and 1-1 in the MAC Conference for the second straight season. And we have a game against the Northern Illinois Huskies coming up in the next episode. But midway through the season, it's time to take a look at the recruiting trail for NMU this season. Our Wildcats have 2 seniors graduating on offense and 3 on defense. However, from checking out our games these past 2 seasons, we can score fine. Our ability to defend has been less than stellar, to say the least. We're heavily recruiting on that side of the ball, with 21 out of the 34 players on our board being defensive. Linebacker and secondary are the biggest concerns, but we're also recruiting 6 defensive ends. We are currently ranked 123rd out of the 126 FBS teams in recruiting, but it's been a slow start with only 1 3-star commit thus far. We've been committed to the state of Michigan and competing with rival in-state schools for the state's top talent. Outside of that, we take some small pull from surrounding states. We are strong academically, and we have decent facilities, but other than that, we don't really offer potential recruits much and won't be getting any 5-star talents from right pipelines yet, especially with our only pipeline states being Michigan and Ohio. The top player on our board so far is defensive end Nate Grant from Southfield, Michigan. He's a 6'4", 232-pound, 4-star defender who is being heavily recruited by top programs in the SEC. We want him to stay in-state as the 5th best defensive end in this entire class. He's a very balanced edge rusher with an even spread of speed and strength, but his block shedding is top-notch. He had 15 sacks for Detroit Catholic this season and was a big part of their run in the state playoffs. We could really use a guy this good to join our defensive core. He had his visit in Week 8, which leaves us in trouble as we're currently behind Tennessee and Georgia, who haven't even brought him into their campuses yet. From the trenches to the secondary, we are big on cornerback A.J. Williams from Albion, Michigan. The 8th best corner in the class, he's a 6'3", 185, 4-star player. Williams played this season for John F. Kennedy High while living with his father during his parents' divorce. He's a tall corner with solid athleticism and terrific coverage. He's not the best tackler, but he doesn't figure to give up many passes that would lead him to need to tackle. We had his visit in week number 8, and the only other school to offer him one is Alabama. He's really close to making his decision, so hopefully we can get a commitment before Bama even brings him in. Athlete Willie Waters is an out-of-state prospect from Whitehall, Pennsylvania. He's 6'3", 220 pounds, and a 4-star player who isn't getting a ton of attention. We like his offensive talent as he played quarterback, running back, and wide receiver, and we sent him a recruitment package that he responded to, so why not go for him? He could end up being the quarterback after Klink, or give him solid competition, maybe even just be his backup. Maybe he can run with Baza Beatson as a dual back in the backfield, who the heck knows? We're the only institution to even offer him a scholarship thus far, as he had his sights set on a lot of top Power 5 schools that just aren't making his phone ring right now. We have another 4-star athlete, Dwayne Mitchell from Alliance, Nebraska, on our board. He is a new addition this week, and he really prefers top Big Ten schools, but we'll see if we can bring him to the MAC. We just sent out the recruitment package, and he doesn't really have any scholarship offers at the moment, so we're going to have to wait that out. 3-star athlete Steve Estes from Stanleyville, North Carolina. That's right, we have a North Carolinian on our board. He found his way on our board at 6'1", 206 pounds. Like I said, we are looking for secondary players, and Estes looks like he'd be a great addition to that, with solid zone coverage skills and solid hands too. We are the only school to offer a scholarship to him, so we've been climbing up the board. He has a rather poor relationship with his grandma who raises him, so it looks like he's looking to go away for school, and hopefully that's here at Northern Michigan. Scott Johnson is another recruit from Southfield, Michigan, and he's really good friends with Nate Grant. However, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to bring in the 6'2", 285-pound center, as Central Michigan and Michigan State are high on his preferred list. We're also behind Miami of Ohio and Western Michigan, so Again, tough climb. Also, before I get the comments, yes, I know he's locked out, and no, I'm not taking him off my board. Realistically, teams don't just stop recruiting guys until they commit to another school, and I won't be doing that either. Defensive end Kyle Clay is from Ardmore, Pennsylvania, and the 6'3", 255-pound 3-star player could be a solid addition and depth to the squad. He doesn't have any skills that stand out in a good or bad way. We like that balance here at Northern Michigan, so we're going to take our chances. He's looking at Power 5 schools right now, but we're the only institution offering a full ride. Hopefully that helps pry him away from NC State or the Pac-12. Tackle Jeremy Malloy from Willoughby Hills, Ohio is a prospect I would love to bring in. He's 6'3", 272, which may be considered a tad small, but not a lot of recruiters are aware of his strength and acceleration combo. He's a solid run blocker who could make an impact as we continue to try to stack up our offensive run. Currently, we're the only school offering the scholarship, and we're just behind NC State, his preferred destination for some reason. 6'7", 247-pound 3-star DN Andrew Carter from Saginaw, Michigan might not have the speed we'd like at defensive end, but with his solid tackling and pursuit and his really good power moves, he could be a D-tackle on our D-line. His play with Saginaw High School helped lead them to the state playoffs, and he was a terror up front with 47 TFLs this year. The best news is he gave us a verbal commitment after his visit in week number 8, so he should be a Wildcat soon. Maybe he'll forego his visit with Duke in week number 12 and just sign his damn letter of intent with us this week. 6'5", 315-pound 3-star tackle Walter Small from Bexley, Ohio, is another prospect we'd love to add to help our O-line depth. He's very slow, but he has the acceleration and footwork to make up for it. He has very strong impact blocking, and there isn't much difference in his pass to run blocking skills, which is great. Looks like he's looking to be away from home, but not too far that he can't easily visit home. So he's looking at Louisville and Kentucky, but we're in the lead right now, and he's paying us a visit in week number 10. We need to make sure that that goes well. 3-star outside linebacker Matt Daniels is our solo commit so far this season. The 6'1", 246-pound linebacker from Sturgis, Michigan chose us over Michigan and Illinois and had a fine season playing for Muskegon while living with his grandparents during his mother's small stint in rehab. Matt is one of those players who has just enough of everything to develop nicely, but he's a bit raw. Muskegon got embarrassed in the state playoffs, but Daniels was steady in the game. A bright spot who is headed to Northern Michigan. Welcome on in, Wildcat. 4-star quarterback Rashad Montoya from Lancaster, Ohio, 6'4" and 214 pounds, and he's another prospect on the back burner to Power 5 programs. He's a scrambler in the true sense of the word, as he'd have to take a red shirt to get some more throw power and accuracy up on him. NMU is the only school to offer Montoya a scholarship, hoping they can pry him away from the likes of Notre Dame, Pitt, and Ohio State. 6'1", 185-pound, 3-star strong safety Daniel Lewis from Urbana, Ohio is someone NMU's really keen on right now. Now, he doesn't have the fastest top-end speed, but he's got a good first step, hits hard, and has great zone coverage. Despite being a high priority, though, the Wildcats are in a tough battle for Lewis. Missouri is the main opponent in the race, as NMU has a Week 10 visit, and then Lewis travels to Mizzou. Hopefully we can lock him down on the Week 10 visit, and he won't need to go to Mizzou. One of the cooler names on the entire board is Chaz Golden. He's a 6'3", 242-pound, 3-star prospect from Franconia, Virginia. He's another defensive end who may work better for the Wildcats as a D-tackle. He's slower with really nice power moves, though, and a great bit of block shedding. That has all the makings of a solid defensive tackle in college football. We've got some work to do to bring him in, though, as his preferred destinations in order are Navy, West Virginia, Tennessee, Virginia Tech, and Notre Dame. That's a long list of power schools to climb, but we are the only ones offering a full ride to Golden. A newer recruit on the board, 5'10", 180-pound, 3-star cornerback Trevor Johnson from Rexburg, Indiana, is another guy we'd love to bring into the program. He's fast enough, he's got solid instincts, and he is fine in either man or zone. We could use that kind of solid play in our secondary. We just sent out our recruitment package to Johnson, and he could be a top priority if we get the response we're looking for from him. As of now, he prefers Navy and Cal. 3-star tight end John Rollins is an attainable 6'3", 252-pound prospect from Redford, Michigan. He was part of the John F. Kennedy High School team this year as well as a solid receiver and run blocker. He can work very well at both as a starter in the future when Rigoberto Ramirez Jr. graduates. With the importance of Rigo at NMU, it's smart to look way ahead for that replacement. While Rollins is very interested, he's also very interested in Indiana, and he's got a visit with them the week before our visit with him. Hopefully they fumble the bag, we can get him into campus and get him to sign. 3-star corner Eddie Swanson of Saginaw, Michigan, was a standout at Saginaw High School this season with 9 interceptions. He's a 6', 193 corner with speed and instincts, but he's more of a zone coverage guy. He'd be nice to move to safety if he wasn't so bad at tackling. But he was shut down for Saginaw, and we hope he can be shut down for us. We need somebody like that on the squad. Now, we're the leaders in the clubhouse as we got a lead in recruiting over Michigan at the moment. We did want to have a presence in Canada as a far north team. Maybe we can get 3-star quarterback from Montreal, Canada, Justin Fisher. Fisher's 6'2", 192, and he'd be a pocket passer here with us. He doesn't have the worst legs. That's really not where he excels. He would definitely need a redshirt season, and he's not a priority for us because we don't really need a QB right now, but we'd like to get him. Only the Wildcats have offered Fisher a scholarship, and it's really too early in the process for a leader to have emerged already. Another 3-star corner we love is Farmington, Michigan's own Lawrence Williams. Now, standing at 6'1", 194, he's not going to be the fastest player in the secondary, but he's balanced in all the quickness areas, acceleration, agility, all that stuff. He's not a tackler, but he's good in any coverage. Man, zone, press, doesn't matter. At Detroit Catholic, Williams was a clutch corner as well, picking off a lot of red zone plays to save touchdowns. Hopefully we can get him to do that here, but the bad news is he's already visited our campus in Week 8, and he still wants to take his visit to Central Michigan in Week 13. We won't stop battling for him, though. Looking for more O-line depth, we move on to 6'7", 288-pound, 3-star guard John Jones from Allendale, Michigan, who attended Muskegon High School. Now, he was a tough matchup in high school, as any 6'7", 288-pound guy would be, but college is another level. Now, he's a very balanced offensive lineman in both blocking and the strength-acceleration combo. NMU's very close to bringing Jones into the fold, but he's taken his visit to campus already, and he looks to be holding out for his visit this week to Indiana. You don't want to go there, Jones. Come on, come here to Northern Michigan. 3-star defensive end Chris Brown of Germantown, Wisconsin, is another prospect we've just sent our recruitment package to. He is the John Jones of the defensive line, as he is relatively balanced in all skills and has nothing standing out as either good or bad. Like most out-of-state guys, the Wildcats are the only school to provide a scholarship offer. Hopefully that'll be enough to climb the ladder with Brown. Quentin Lewis is a 6'3", 220-pound outside linebacker from Novi, Michigan. Now, he's only a 2-star prospect, but in going out to his game at Detroit Catholic, we saw much more from him that we could put to use. Now, he's got solid speed and a good first step. With that, his run-stopping abilities and pass coverage abilities are very balanced. I love me a good 3-down linebacker, which I think he could end up being after a redshirt year and possibly even a bench year. But we're starting to pull ahead in the race for Lewis, and it's early in our recruitment for him. But we do need to watch out for Illinois, though, as they're hot on him as well, just having offered him a scholarship. Middle linebacker George Bowers is 6'3", 232 pounds. He's a 3-star prospect from Struthers, Ohio, with solid speed but an incredible first step. He's a better pass rushing linebacker than pass coverage or run stopping, which I don't know if that's going to fit in at our middle linebacker position. However, we're in such a battle with the Virginia Cavaliers right now that I don't know if we're going to be able to spend as much time with him as we're going to need to in order to make him a Wildcat. But only time will tell. TJ Scruggs, a 5'11", 179-pound 3-star corner from Romulus, Michigan, who played on the opposite side of A.J. Williams at JFK High School, seems like a slam dunk to be an NMU Wildcat. Scruggs is a very bad tackler, but he has decent coverage, especially in zone, along with solid speed. If we can afford to, he could benefit greatly from a solid redshirt season. It appears we're going to get him very soon as we have a large lead, and again, we're the only scholarship offer he has. Our visit in week number 10 should secure his letter of intent. 6'4", 225-pound, 3-star quarterback Greg Johnson from Port Huron, Michigan, is seemingly going to come to NMU without much persuasion. He's a true pocket passer with the best arm of any quarterback that we're actually looking at. He'll definitely need a redshirt year, but in reality, all these quarterbacks are just going to end up waiting until Klink's graduation to have a chance to start. But that doesn't mean a backup isn't important. You guys saw how often Klink was hurt last year, which is why we're doing this recruitment right now. Right now, we have a solid lead over Iowa State, and again, NMU, the only scholarship offer. A common theme this season. Another player we're not going to do a ton of work to bring in, and probably are still going to get, is Brandon Brown. He's a 5'9", 211 pounds, 3-star running back from Auburn Hills, Michigan. He has good speed with a solid stiff arm and spin move, but he's not a receiver, and he doesn't break any tackles. He could be a really nice player after a redshirt season, though. Now, we already have a sizable lead over Oregon, and not only are we the solo scholarship again, but we are also the solo visit. And that's going to come in week number 10. So hopefully we can get that letter of intent from him. The rest of these guys are really nothing special, but they would provide some solid depth. And if they do actually become Wildcats, then we'll talk about them maybe in the offseason video. This list of guys are the ones to really watch out for, and I'll be keeping my eye on them regardless if they're Wildcats or if they go elsewhere. Who's your favorite prospect from the list we've talked about today? Is there a position that wasn't featured that maybe you feel we should be looking for some freshmen in? Thank you guys so much for your support on this series. Make sure you go check out the link to the Discord and the Twitch to come hang out outside of just YouTube. Come interact with the community. We always have a blast. Special thanks to the channel members Cats Cray Gaming, Rigoberto Ramirez, Raider Bear Comics, Christian Horn, Derek Vance, TNJ, V-Dub Productions, and a special shout out to the franchise quarterback, T-Klink24. Love y'all, and I'll see you on the next video.